Hi guys, welcome back to another video on the Fiat 500 non-runner, which hopefully in the end of this video it will be a runner. We left it in the last one where we had found a replacement engine. We were then swapping all the parts out that obviously doesn't come with a replacement engine. It's just starter, motor, alternator, turbo, cat converter, electrics, etc., and the gearbox. And where we left it is we'd just about got it ready to go in the car, but we were missing some parts. Because it was a Sunday, we couldn't get them parts. Dave's nipping off this morning to see if he can get the parts that we were missing. And then hopefully today we'll be able to get it in. We'll get them bits on, get it in, and see if it'll start. So I'll just spin you around. Yeah, so we're just about to get ready. So obviously we'll be pushing this out, and obviously this is the engine as we left it. And like I said, we've got the cat, the turbo to put on, but that's easy to put on when it's on the car because obviously the cat attaches to the exhaust here. We've got injector seals that we've got to put in for the injectors we've got there that weren't in the engine and when we got it. We've got auxiliary belt that we need to get, the gearbox slave cylinder because that was foobar, and then other bits we needed. There was obviously gearbox oil, service kit, and we needed a tie rod on this one because that one's gone as well. So yeah, hopefully today we'll be in a position to get this back in and put it all together. So yeah, wait for Dave to come and then we'll crack on. Right, Dave's arrived with parts. Obviously got service kit, oil filter, clutch slave cylinder, track rod end, and everything else. Oil filter, wrong. As you can clearly see, that's what they've given us. That's what we need. It ain't even the same size. Track rod end, wrong. Slave cylinder, wrong. So now we've got to mess about. We're not way back there to sort it out. They've been good for us so far, but this is an absolute cock up. So hopefully we'll be back in a bit with the correct parts. Right. Off the battle now. Engine is back in the car on all its mounts.
On all its mounts.
On all of its mounts. Right, just the task now of rebuilding the bits back up. Obviously we've got auxiliary belt, cat and turbo, attaching that to exhaust. We've got various connection and pipes that need sorting out. We can't actually put this side in because we are still awaiting that slave cylinder that is damaged. We've been to 2 motor factories today and neither of them have got them. And we're struggling to find anything at the moment, so we have just got to basically be a bit more methodical in trying to find that. And then yeah, and also we've just had to order off internet some injector seals because they didn't have any of them either. So might be 2 or 3 days waiting for bits, but while we're waiting we can start putting bits back together. And yeah, going well so far. Right, just another update. We've just put oil in it. We've slightly overfilled it because obviously it's got to go around engine and this oil filter will be empty. Filled the gearbox oil with oil. Fuel filter is in and in position. The expansion tank's in position. Just obviously need to fill it up once we've got the front end on and the radiator. Cat turbo is on. all plumbed in. Heat shields are on. We've got the fuel rail here for the top of the injectors. That's in place. We've got power connected back up here. We've got the earth strap in place. The only thing we've got to do, as I think I've mentioned a couple of times before, is this slave cylinder to get that. And we can put that in position, then we can put the back hose in position and these gearing selectors. Drive shafts are in, and just got to tighten this hub nut on. And I think, is that it, Dave? Is that what else?
No idea, still know what you said, but yes, I'm guessing so.
And then obviously once we've got that slave cylinder, we'll be able to build this end back up with the battery box and everything, air filters and whatnot. Get a battery that's just had a nice lovely charge on it, and then at some point go for a crank. Hopefully in this video we'll try and start it. I said try, I didn't say it will. But I've got George on my side. If it doesn't, it's all Dave's fault.
Blame me.
But yeah, we'll keep updated. After a couple of days of trying, finally got a slave cylinder. So be able to fit that next, and then put some of this pipe work back on. And then all we're waiting for then is injector seals here. Because once we get this bit on, we can start putting all the battery and stuff back in, and then check round everything, make sure we've connected every cable, every hose, and then we hopefully will be attempting to start. So wish us luck. As you can see, slave cylinder is back on and in position. The only thing we've got to do is, once we're ready, we've just got to bleed this up. And then I've got this pipe 90% on. There's a bolt at the back that I'm struggling with. But obviously, as you all know, Dave's the mechanic, so I'm going to let him have a go at it. I've got the turbo pipe on with a brand new Jubilee clip on it, and this pipe's in position. So yeah, we should be in a position now to start building this side back up. Just got to remember where that come from. Then obviously this attaches up here, and that's all on. These are for ECUs. This is battery, and then that's obviously another cable. I think it's connected down here somewhere. Might be to gearbox actually. So there's 1 or 2 foot gearbox there. Not sure which, but we'll figure that one out. So yeah, it's just a case of buttoning things back up now. All in all, going well, as they say. All we're hoping for is that when we do come to start it, it does start. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Alright, let's crack on. A few days later, another update. Slave cylinder is on, and we've bled it up. Connections around. That back hose is on. All these hoses are in position. Injectors are in. All clamped up. Fuel lines are in. Is that so these are top ones leak off?
Yeah.
Leak off. They're on as well. What's next, Dave?
Finish putting those plugs together, get the airbox, plug that in, connect the battery in a fashion, and see what happens.
Yeah, we're not going to put battery tray in just yet. We're just going to see what happens after we've just connected everything up. So is it all going to be in vain or not? We'll find out in a bit. Right, a few days later. We've got literally everything back together. If I can recover the video, because I did delete it, I'll show a video when we first turned it over. Right, everything's buttoned up. We think there might be a pipe loose somewhere, but we're going to give it a go, see what happens. If it works, great. If it don't, I'm not putting this in video. Because it didn't start, but
it started and ran for a few seconds and then cut out.
But it was chuffing out of these injectors, which obviously we put back in, because when we got the engine these were out, and it turns out that the clamp, because with these injectors, the way they go in, there's one clamp that holds two injectors in, and that clamp, it was not gripping the injector correctly. It was very loose, so when we were tightening it down, it was still loose here. So found that, and then we realised we'd not put any washers on, so we put washers on, and that's all tightened down. But then after we did that, again we tried it, started it, and it still wasn't starting. But Dave has been down today and having a look around at things, and then he's realised that it was an air issue.
Yes, because the air goes in there, goes into the turbo, and then comes out and then goes to there, and then up back into the manifold.
And obviously we haven't got the front end on at the minute because we've obviously been replacing an engine. So he's very crudely, I'm going to say he's bastardised it. And this is what happens now. She's a runner. So, it runs. It's alive. And yeah, it's a little bit smoky. The reason being is there are still a few things we've got to do. Obviously, one of the main reasons that this engine was probably knackered in the first place is that the DPF is literally coked up to high heaven. So we've still got that to deal with, and we're going to try and clean it first before we look into getting another one. But I don't want to get another one. I want to try and clean this one. So we'll try that first. We've seen that you can get this stuff called Win's DPF cleaner. So we're going to get some of that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get some injector treatment. So that'll circulate and start cleaning the injectors through. And then we're also going to do an engine flush and do another oil change on it. Just to be on the safe side. So the will it or won't it start? It will start. And it has started. So I'm going to end this one here. It's on a high. It's on a positive. So yeah, we can start buttoning this bracket up together and start clean, because I've got to clean it. It's doing me head in. So yeah, we'll leave this one here. Like, subscribe and share. Drop us a comment. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Win.